with Clarissa Ward, because if you saw 60 Minutes last night, you saw her incredible reporting there. She told the story of a British teacher accused of recruiting hundreds of other Muslims to fight for ISIS. She spoke to him and some of his followers in London. Clarissa's in London with part of an interview of what you didn't see. Clarissa, good morning.
Good morning. Well, one of the young men we spent time with is a convert from Hinduism who calls himself Abu Rumesa. He is a big cheerleader for the so-called Islamic State or Caliphate that ISIS established in Iraq and Syria in June, and he wants to see strict Islamic Sharia law implemented throughout the West and the whole world.
Is jihad, or the foreign policy rather, is to expand the borders of the Islamic State. So very soon, my dear brothers and sisters, we're going to see the Khilafah expand into Jordan, into Saudi Arabia, onto the shores of Europe. And one day, Obama, he will witness his own country be run by the Sharia, inshallah.
So let me just understand this. The way you see this playing out with the Caliphate is that essentially the ideology is going to spread like wildfire and consume all these other nations.
I believe that the Islamic State will have a foreign policy of annexing countries and implementing the Sharia. So I do believe one day that America and Europe will one day be under the Sharia, and I think that is a blessing. However, I would also say that in the short term, the Americans and the British, they need to be very wary.
Can you understand why your views are frightening to some people?
I understand that many people are unaware of the Sharia and the blessings it can bring. The Sharia is not there to subjugate non-Muslims, it's there to liberate them.
If I come back to East London in a year's time, do you think you'll be here or do you hope to be there?
I hope I'll be there, but I don't know. That is in the hands of God.
Abu Rumesa says that he can't travel to Syria or Iraq at the moment and go and live in the Caliphate because the British government monitors all his travel. But it's fair to say that many of these extremists are actually happy to stay in the United Kingdom and enjoy a comfortable life here and a free life here while they continue to call for an end to democracy. Charlie?
Clarissa, do you have a sense of how many of these radical Muslims there are?
Well, it's important to say right off the bat, Nora, that these extremists do not in any way, shape, or form represent the vast majority of Muslims. They are a tiny minority, but they are a very vocal minority, and they are absolutely emblematic of the sort of ideology that we're seeing in ISIS in the Middle East, which is rapidly spreading like wildfire.
That's the troubling part. Clarissa, thanks. Now